And Jerez here. Today I want to talk to you guys about a band that recently reached out to me named Kalah. They are from Italy and listed as melodic electronic metal, so that sounds pretty cool. And they have 2 EPs that I want to dive into. The first one being Descent, and their song that I want to mention is Mantis. This contains a very diverse sound with these psychedelic keyboards, explosive riffs, with these sharp leads and vocals that come from, I want to say they remind me of 90s dance, which isn't bad at all. I think it shows Kalah is experimenting and being innovative. I think with growth, they might be on the cusp of something very unique, and I really like that, and you get that right off the bat from Mantis, so that's a good song to sort of set the tone for what the sound is coming from Kalah. And then you get some more experimenting with a track called 6 Feet Underground with a very diverse keyboards with, once again, this trance dance sort of like auras, and clearly you can hear how well they sync up and work well with the vocals pairing up with the keyboards, so they really work well together. Then the drum intensity is what surprised me on this track, with such intense tempos and beats. I felt like the speed teamed up well with the keyboard power metal elements, whereas the intensity of the drums teamed up with the aggression of the guitars very well. So the drum work did really well pairing with these two and sort of giving 6 Feet Underground a distinct feel to it. Not only on this EP, but within both EPs, I felt. And then, you know, I felt that actually on another song on the next EP, which I'll dive into now, called Human. This opens up with a hooky intro majestic track to the song called Ejecta, and this is where Claudia, the vocalist here, affected the music plenty. Her higher vocal range and accent, I felt, actually really motivates your ears to hear and pick up more than perhaps you would with harsh growling or mid-range vocals. I feel like it really, you know, that draws you in, sort of like the way Rammstein would with Till Lindemann's vocals. You know, being German and singing in German, it really just piques your attention, and you sink, or you focus in on that. And I really feel like Claudia has that same effect on Ejecta, which, so that's making that song stand out along with everything else. So that's some really unique stuff right there. So I think that's something that, you know, Kalah will have over other bands, actually, is Claudia's accent. You know, interesting fact there. That's, you know, quite possible. It's sort of like the way British bands do for us North Americans, and maybe vice versa to them, right? Anyways, moving on to the next song, the one that I really felt stood out between both EPs is called Pit of Violence. And I like the aggression added in the aptly titled Pit of Violence, where the guitars gear up and team with very thick and creative keyboard sounds. The beastly rhythms fill up so much of this track with brilliantly executed drums. I really thought the drums did a lot, and it creates this awesome contrast of ferocity and beauty within a song called Pit of Violence. You feel like there wouldn't be much beauty in there, but I probably attribute that to Claudia and maybe the keyboards as well. So awesome track on that one, Pit of Violence. Now I want to jump into some bass here in the song called River. I don't know why I can't say River. River is full of fantastic musicianship from all departments, but I have to say, like I said, is give kudos to the bass for carrying a lot of and working seamlessly within with all the other instruments and everything within this track. I really feel like it helped give a lot of diversity to River and stand out amongst these 2 EPs, so that's awesome. I love when bass sort of gets its opportunity to be the driving force, because you don't get that too much, you know. So that's a fantastic song as well. Obviously these will be all in the description below, because Kalah does have several videos or several of these songs up on their YouTube channel, so that'll be all down below. Also, I'm interested because these 2 EPs, this is all part of like a whole concept, I guess, and there's going to be one more EP out, so I'm interested to hear the evolution of Kalah from Descent to Human to the next EP, because this is all their first work. They have nothing else before this. This is all their initial first work. So I'm interested to hear the evolution, because you do hear it as you're going along here. So maybe you'll join me on that journey and check out all their links in the description below, all the songs and that good stuff. And also, just like Kalah, if you have a band or an EP or a demo, or you know anybody, feel free to reach out to me. I love digging into these obscure bands that are just trying to, get themselves into the hands of music listeners like myself and share it. So that'd be fantastic. Until next time, folks, check out some Kalah.